Hi Booktube, my name is Jessica and I am the Fandoms Queen. For my first ever video, I will be doing the new to Booktube tag. It's an original tag created by Trina from Between the Chapters. Her original video will be linked down below for any of you who are interested in watching it and liking it. For this tag, I will be answering 15 questions about both myself and my channel. All of you out there watching will soon get to know what this channel is going to be about and what videos to expect from here on out. Since this is my first YouTube video ever, I'm going to say here and now, I apologize for any and every mistake you'll be seeing. Bad editing, bad lighting, bad graphics, awkward pauses, and all that stuff. I'm still trying to get used to this whole talking to the camera and editing software thing, so yeah, all of you out there watching, please bear with me while I learn the ropes. And with that said, let's get on with the questions. Question number 1. Where are you joining us from? I am joining you from Prescott, Arizona in the United States. Question number 2. How old are you? I am currently 23 years old. I will be turning 24 next year in February. Question number 3. Why did you join Booktube? I wanted to create my own YouTube channel for a long time, but I never knew what to make my videos about, and then I discovered Booktube, and it's something I immediately wanted to jump in on because I love books. I love buying books, I love reading books, I love talking about books, I love movies and TV shows based off books. I love books a lot, and the fact that there's a community on YouTube where people can, make videos about books and all things book related and fangirl over them was really one of the greatest things I could have ever really discovered, because this is something that I could definitely join in on. And so all of you out there who are watching, thank you again for picking this video to check out. Question number 4. What's the meaning behind your channel name? I chose the title The Fandoms Queen because I am a fangirl, and I am the fangirl determined to know them all. And I don't mean fandoms from books like Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Divergent and all that. I mean fandoms from other things like movies and TV shows like Supernatural, Breaking Bad, Once Upon a Time, The Walking Dead, Marvels, DC, Pixar, DreamWorks, all that stuff. Yes, some of those may not be fandoms, but I consider them fandoms. And yes, I will be doing movie reviews and also series reviews of TV shows. You can expect videos like that later on, but for now, please bear with me while I stick to books for now. Question number 5. What books do you read and or want to talk about? I read a large variety of books. I read children's, I read young adults, I read adults, I read contemporary, romance, historical, thriller, fantasy, dystopian. I love reading so many books. I don't like limiting myself to just one particular set of books. I love reading a large variety, and if there is one category of books I haven't read yet, I will go ahead and venture into it because I always love discovering new books to read. And question number 6. Who are some of your favorite go-to authors? I love Rick Riordan so much. I love his Percy Jackson series so much. I finished them. I will be doing book reviews about them. I love Percy Jackson so much. Rick Riordan has just this masterful way of creating stories and characters that make you fall in love and wish they were real. I mean, the only other person that's been able to do that for me was J.K. Rowling with the Harry Potter series. And yes, she's also another favorite author. Both of them, if you're watching this, Rowling, Riordan, please come meet me. Please come to Arizona and meet me. You need to sign my books. You need to sign my books and let me fangirl over you, because you guys are some of my favorite authors and I love you all so much. I need to meet you guys. That is one of my biggest wishes, actually, to meet one of my favorite authors. Yes, you need to come meet me. Meet me. Another favorite author of mine is Stephen King. I haven't read all of his books, but the few books that I have read from him, I have been very much in love with, because he just has this masterful way of creating wonderful storylines and actually scaring the pants off you. One of my other favorite authors is Janet Ivanovic. Not many of you may have heard of her, but you may have heard of her novels, the Stephanie Plum novels. She is a very funny writer. I love her books so much. She just has this way of creating these very likable, very funny, very realistic people. And yeah, if you haven't read any of her books, you need to go to a library, check them out, because she is amazing. You need to read her books. Question number 7. What's the last book you read? Let me show you the last book I read. The last book I read was this. Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. I got this book for a college course of mine, and I'm so happy I did, because I've wanted to read this book for a long time. I never knew what it was about mostly, like something like an Easter egg hunt or something with video games, and I was kind of intrigued by that summary. And when I got my hands on this book, I started reading it and I loved it. I loved it so much. I will be doing a book review about this sometime soon, but yes, any of you who are interested in reading this book and haven't bought it yet, I'm telling you right here and right now, go buy it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Question number 8. What books are you currently reading? I am currently reading 2 books. Let me show you what those 2 books are. First, let me say this. I did not go into a Percy Jackson mourning period, and this is the reason why. I started reading The Lost Hero as soon as I finished Percy Jackson. Oh my goodness, thank you for saving my life. This is the reason I did not go into a Percy Jackson mourning period as soon as I finished the first 5 books. Well, I knew that I was going to go into a mourning period because I heard so many good things about Percy Jackson, and when I found out that there was 5 more books in that series, I immediately went and got them all because I really did not want to go through a mourning period. I don't like mourning periods. I really don't. You should know right now that I love this book. I love this book so much. I think the only thing I can complain to you about this book is the fact about Percy. I'm not gonna say much about it. All you should know is that Percy, The second book I'm reading is something of a challenge for me. Let me tell you the backstory. I have many unread books on my shelves. Yes, I will admit this. I am one of those people. I am one of those people who will go to a bookstore, buy a book, put them on the shelf, and not get to it for maybe, days, weeks, months, years later. And I got sick and tired of doing that. So I asked one of my friends to go through my shelves, pick out a book that I have not read, and then I will have to read that book no matter what. And you may want me traumatized at the moment. I'm not looking forward to this. Wanna know why? Yeah, can you see the problem? Yeah, this is a definite problem. Stephen King's it. Oh my goodness, this is such a big book. This is a very big book. This is over 1,000 pages. Yeah, and the lettering is so small and so tiny that you can tell immediately that if it was in regular font, it would be even longer. This is a big Stephen King book. I don't know if this is the biggest Stephen King book that exists, but I know this is a big Stephen King book that exists, and I'm not looking forward to this. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? It's not because it's a big book. The bigger the book, the better. That when it comes to this, you wanna know why? You wanna know why? You wanna know why? Because it's it. It is a clown. I don't like clowns. I'm scared of clowns. I don't like clowns at all. My friend picked this at random. She had her eyes closed and she picked this book at random. Why do I have this book, you ask? I bought this book because at the time I actually wanted to read it. I really did. It's just that now that I'm tasked with the job of reading it, I'm not looking forward to it because I don't like clowns. I don't like murderous clowns either. Murderous clowns are the worst. Murderous clowns that go after children. And this one has it. This one has that murderous clown that will murder children. I'm not looking forward to this. Stephen King, if you're watching this, just to let you know, you did a great job at traumatizing me about clowns. Thank you for that. Okay, question number 9. What do you use for bookmarks? I have 5 bookmarks that I love using. Let me show you those bookmarks. The first bookmark I'm going to show you is this. It's this sort of red, suave, velvety sort of bookmark sort of thing, and these characters right here are the Chinese characters for love, or at least that's what it says here on the back, but I'm pretty sure that this first character right here is the Japanese character for love. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The second bookmark I'm gonna show you is this. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? She turns into a zombie. This is the reason why I have this bookmark. She turns into a zombie. I love zombies. I love The Walking Dead. I love Daryl. I love zombies. The next bookmark I'm going to show you is this. It's the one that I use the most often throughout the years. I got this when the movie first came out years ago. And you want to know how you know it's been badly used? I lost the strings. I lost the little strings that hang from the beads right here. I'm so sad that I lost the strings. I don't know if they made bookmarks for the other movies, but I did know they made it for this first movie, and I love it so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I think I just hit myself in the face with this bookmark. The next bookmark I'm going to show you is this, and this one I'm determined to keep in good condition for one specific reason. It's a Hermione Granger Harry Potter bookmark. Look, it still has its strings attached. I'm determined to keep these strings on this bookmark. I don't want to lose the strings on this bookmark because I really got annoyed that I lost the strings on my Twilight one. I'm determined to keep it on my Harry Potter one at least. And the very last bookmark I'm going to show you is the one I'm currently using for The Lost Hero, and I picked this bookmark at random when I first started reading The Lost Hero. Only now, halfway through the book, do I realize how appropriate it is. It's a wolf bookmark. I don't know what to tell you about this except that I picked this bookmark again at random when I started reading The Lost Hero. And you want to know what there is? There is a she-wolf in The Lost Hero. Is that a spoiler? I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. Sorry if that's a spoiler, but there's a she-wolf here in The Lost Hero, and I have a wolf bookmark for The Lost Hero. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, question number 10. Show us your current TBR pile. I can't. It's not because I don't want to, it's because my TBR pile is ridiculously long. If I were to make a whole video about all the books I wanted to read this year, I would have to divide it up into 2 videos because it is that ridiculously long. And that's for books I want to read this year alone. Yeah, that's gonna be for a later time. I'll show you my TBR pile in a later video. I'll upload it as soon as I can, but just take my word for it, it is ridiculously long. You better wish me luck that I finish them with all the year. Okay, question number 11. Which do you prefer, hardback or paperback, ebook or physical book, owning or borrowing books? I prefer hardbacks, but I will read paperbacks if I have no other choice, or if I just like the cover better on the paperbacks than I do the hardbacks. And there is a specific type of paperback that I prefer above all others. It's the floppy paperbacks. You know the kind of paperbacks I'm talking about. It's the books where you put them down on a surface, like your desk, your bed, the floor, whatever. You leave for a few minutes and then you come back and the book is still open and it's still on the exact same page as you left it. Yeah, I love those kinds of floppy paperbacks. But when it comes down to it, I love the hardbacks more. As for ebooks and physical ones, I don't have a Kindle or a tablet or anything, so my experience with ebooks is non-existent. But even if I did have them, I would probably prefer having the hardback or physical copy in my hands, because knowing me, I will probably forget to charge my Kindle and or tablet, and I don't want to experience that mini panic that I will definitely experience if I'm reading something on a tablet and the battery is dying and I just reached a good part and it just blanks out on me. Nope, I don't want to experience that fear. Never, never, never. As for owning or borrowing, I prefer owning the books because when I borrow them from a library or from a friend, there's a time limit. I have to return the books within a limited time span, and sometimes I don't get to books all the time, so I either have to return them unread or I need to ask for more time for them. And also, I kind of have this very rational fear that I may damage the book in a way. When I borrow books from the library or from a friend, I want to return them in perfect condition, but sometimes circumstances prevent me from doing that and I have to return them in a sort of deformed state. And I don't like getting fined and I don't like getting my friends mad at me, so yeah, I prefer owning my own copy as opposed to borrowing someone else's. Question number 12. What books and or series got you into reading? One of the earliest books that ever got me into reading was Holes by Louis Sachar. Sachar? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. All you should know is that I love that book so much. I read it when I was in 5th grade and I've loved reading ever since then because that was one of the most amazing books I've ever read. I love that book and I loved the movie with Shia LaBeouf in it. Amazing book to movie adaptation ever. And the fact that I don't own a physical copy of my own really saddens me, but I'm gonna try to find a physical copy of my own because I need that book in my library. Another series that got me into reading, if you couldn't already tell from the background, is the Harry Potter series. I am a Harry Potter nerd. I know almost everything Harry Potter related. It's one of those books that got me into reading fantasy. It wasn't Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia. No, it was Harry Potter for me. Harry Potter was my fantasy thing. The next series I'm gonna say that influenced me into reading a lot, you'll probably have a lot of mixed feelings for. I know I do, but it still was an influential series for me. It was the Twilight Saga. Yes, there are a lot of bad things to be said about the Twilight Saga, but Twilight was one of the books that got me into reading YA and paranormal romance. I don't know why, because I don't know how it happened. I never knew there was such a thing as YA or paranormal romance until Twilight, and then after Twilight, that's all I actually wanted to read. So yeah, thank you, Twilight. Question number 13. How did you discover Booktube? I discovered Booktube through my recommendations. Booktube-related videos just started popping up out of nowhere, and I clicked on them. Katie Tasek was the very first Booktuber I ever watched. I watched nearly all of her videos. All of hers except the reviews that she does about books I want to read and don't want to get spoiled on. But other than that, I've watched all of her book-related videos, and I love her so much. And from there, I discovered other Booktubers. Tashopolis, Jessie the Reader, Eric Bissett, Pulling Bananas Books. I've watched them, and I've watched a whole bunch of others, and they are part of the greater reason why I wanted to join Booktube, because I just love their videos so much. They look like they were having so much fun making those videos, having so much fun talking about those books and everything related to those books. So yeah, if you guys are watching this, thank you for the inspiration, and thank you for giving me the courage to try this out on my own. Okay, question number 14. What challenges do you think you'll face on your channel? I basically have 3 challenges I'll need to overcome. Firstly is my shy personality. I'm an introvert, so me going ahead and getting to all of you who comment and or subscribe is going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't take it personally. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I'm a wallflowery kind of person, so me doing something like this is me venturing out of my comfort zone in a very big way. So encouragement will be very much appreciated if you guys can give it. The second challenge I'll be facing will be this whole YouTube video editing thing. Again, I will try to learn everything I could about it, but please excuse any and every mistake you'll be seeing from here on out. And the third challenge is time. In between work, school, family, and friends, I'm going to need to find time to both do my reading and watching movies and TV shows I want to review, and my blog. Yes, I have a blog, and we'll talk about that later. Even if I overcome my first 2 challenges, a constant enemy is going to be time, because time is always going to be slipping away from me. So yeah, stick with me while I try to go ahead and figure out a routine to this whole thing. And last question, question 15. Where else can we find you? Link up. I will be leaving down links below for my Facebook, my Tumblr, my Goodreads, and also my blog. Let me describe my blog for a little bit. I am going to be doing daily written blogs on books I'm reading, on TV shows I'm watching, on movies, on other things like anime and Korean dramas and all that stuff. I will be doing that on here as well, but the difference is that on my blog, I'm going to be doing it for every single book I read. I can't promise to make a book review for every single book I read, but on my blog you will be guaranteed a written review at least. But my blog is also recently new. I don't really have much posted up on it. It's only just barely lifting off the ground. So if any of you are going to check it out, any of you are going to leave comments or suggestions on those blogs, I'm gonna ask you this, that you be kind, because it's still something I'm working on alongside this, and I'm not gonna be giving up on that blog either. And that's it for the new to Booktube tag. That's just the thing that I did, and thank you all for watching. I hope you will subscribe. I hope you will continue watching future videos of mine, and you can check in later, because I promise I will upload another video as soon as I can. Bye!